Right now, you are moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour without even feeling it. That's the speed of the Earth's rotation at the equator. It's a constant, silent rhythm that has governed life for billions of years. But what if, for just one tiny second, that rotation simply stopped? No warning, no slow down, just a sudden, jarring halt. You might think 1 second is nothing in the grand scale of time, but in that single heartbeat, the world as we know it would turn into a supersonic blender. Everything not anchored directly to the bedrock, including you, your house, your car, and the entire ocean, would be launched sideways at the speed of a jet fighter. Today on Wikivedia Plus, we explore the catastrophic reality of the second the Earth stood still. Let's dive in. To understand the chaos, you have to understand the law of momentum. Imagine you are in a car driving at 100 kilometers per hour, and you suddenly hit the brakes. Your body flies forward because it wants to keep moving at the car's original speed. Now, imagine that car is the entire planet, and it's traveling 16 times faster than a highway car. When the Earth stops, the atmosphere doesn't. The air surrounding us would continue to move at 1,600 kilometers per hour. This would create winds so powerful they would literally peel the crust off the planet. We aren't talking about a hurricane, we're talking about a supersonic wind blast that would shred steel skyscrapers like they were made of paper. Trees, animals, and even the very soil beneath your feet would be swept away into the sky in an instant. It's not just the air that would become a weapon of mass destruction. The oceans are also moving in sync with the Earth's rotation. If the planet stops for even a second, the massive inertia of the water would send the oceans surging toward the land with unimaginable force. This wouldn't be a regular tsunami caused by an earthquake. We are talking about a wall of water several kilometers high, moving faster than a bullet. Coastal cities wouldn't just be flooded, they would be erased. Entire countries would be swallowed by the sea in a matter of seconds, as the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans are thrown across the continents like water in a bucket that has been suddenly jerked. Now, think about yourself. What happens to a human being in this second? Unless you happen to be standing exactly at the North or South Pole, where the rotation speed is nearly zero, you would become a projectile. If you were sitting on your couch in Cairo, Riyadh, London, or New York, you would be thrown sideways at hundreds of meters per second. You would hit the nearest wall or window before your brain could even register that something was wrong. Even if you were inside a reinforced underground bunker, the sudden change in momentum would be like being inside a car crash with a mountain. There is no bracing for impact when the entire world stops under your feet. But here's the real nightmare. What happens when that 1 second is over and the Earth starts spinning again? Would anything be left to witness the restart? The Earth isn't a perfect, rigid solid sphere. It has a bit of flexibility in its mantle and core. The sudden stop and the immediate restart would send tectonic shockwaves through the planet's interior. This would trigger every single fault line on every continent at the exact same time. Massive earthquakes of a magnitude that humanity has never recorded would shatter the Earth's crust. Volcanoes that have been silent for millions of years would be forced into violent eruptions as the magma inside is churned like a liquid in a shaken bottle. The very shape of the Earth would try to shift. Currently, our planet has an equatorial bulge because the rotation flings the land and water outward at the center. If the spin stops, that bulge would try to flatten out, causing the ground itself to rise and fall by hundreds of meters. Even if the Earth resumes its spin after that 1-second glitch, the map of our world is gone forever. The gravity shift and the massive movement of water would likely relocate the oceans. Without the centrifugal force of rotation, the water would rush toward the poles, leaving a giant megacontinent around the equator. The atmosphere, once a clear blue sky, would be a thick, black soup of dust, ash from volcanic eruptions, and the debris of every city on Earth. This would block out the sun for years, leading to a global winter that few species could survive. That 1 second wouldn't just be a disaster. It would be a total reset button for life on Earth. We often take the Earth's rotation for granted. We see the sun rise and set, and we think of it as a peaceful cycle. But this what-if scenario reminds us that we are actually living on a giant, spinning spaceship traveling through a dark void at incredible speeds. Our entire existence, from the air we breathe to the stability of the ground we walk on, depends on a delicate balance of celestial physics. We worry about many things in our daily lives, but we rarely appreciate the fact that the world keeps spinning. Mohenjo-Daro might have disappeared in a single night due to a mysterious event. But the entire human story could be cut short in just 1 second if the laws of physics took a break. As we look up at the stars tonight, remember that you are part of a grand, high-speed journey. The stability of our world is a gift of momentum and gravity. If that momentum ever faltered, even for the blink of an eye, the story of humanity would become a silent relic in the archive of the universe. It's a sobering thought that makes every sunrise seem a little more precious. As the echoes of today's story fade back into the archive, we are left once again at the edge of the unknown. Thank you for journeying with us to the fringes of history and science. If these mysteries resonated with you, we invite you to support the channel by liking this video and subscribing to our growing community of seekers. Share this transmission on your social networks. Your curiosity is what keeps these stories alive. We will return soon with another chapter that was never meant to be told. Until our next encounter, stay curious. This is Wikivedia Plus.